Hello, today we are going to try to fix this quite interesting product that I recently purchased broken as a customer return. It is a water peak. It is a brand new unit and there was a multiple one available, but as you can see on top, we've got information that it is defective, and I already opened the box and tried to recharge it, but there is absolutely non-reaction to power, so I'm pressing the on button and it's not doing anything. When we grab our goal 0 and start the inverter, after we plug it in, we should get the charge indicator, but in our case we've got absolutely nothing, no indication whatsoever. It do not react to any buttons being pressed. Of course, I leave it overnight and there is a 0 result, 0 response. So I think the battery is dead and maybe just some sort of safety interlock prevent it from being recharged again. So we have to take it apart. The biggest problem is that I've got absolutely no idea how to take it apart. And first we are going to be trying the obvious screw that we've got on bottom. Looks like that part, the water tank, remove itself. But let's do with those screws. Here we also have got some sort of screw. And this is part where our wireless charging coil go. And I can see the battery under that shrink foil. Here is our coil. Here we've got our screws. So I don't think we are going to be pulling it. Most likely we are going to be pushing it. Maybe the top part or here. And looks like that was a correct way to pop it out. I hope we didn't break any latches, but everything looks okay. So that was just a press feed. Okay, it's locking in place. So to open it, you just put something like this inside. And you nicely remove it and everything looks cool. And we've got a 3 more screw. I will start with that one. And we are going to see what's going to be the end result. That screw looks like it's got some sort of waterproofing. So we need to make sure where it is. Let me see what's going to happen when I... Looks like that was more easy. You see? I have feeling that we are going to get a success. Important part, not to break anything. Not to break the wireless charging coil. That was extremely easy. I would say it was too easy. Just take a look what we've got. And here is our battery. I'm a little bit afraid why we've got so many wires. So is it going to be more than one battery? That looks pretty scary. Here is our coil. Coil is soldered here. That looks like our battery holder. That is going to be opening. Here looks like a motor and our pump, most likely some sort of membrane. So let me try to undo all those screws. If you are wondering why I'm not soldering myself and trying to recharge the battery, the answer is I've got no idea what kind of voltage there is, so I'm trying to be safe. So I hope it's not going to be I think we have to undo those 2 screws. Or maybe those 2 more. And let's see what kind of battery are we going to get. We've got a beautiful lithium-ion battery, 3.7 volt. This is a pretty standard size. It is a AA size. And the third wire looks like some sort of temp controlling device. Maybe a PTC. Or just thermal switch. So I think between the red and black we should get our 3.7 volts. And we can try to recharge it using our lab power supply and see what's going to happen. Before jumping to any conclusion, let's try to measure voltage on the battery. And that looks like basically 0. So there might be a BMS that is preventing any voltage coming out. So let me try attach 4.2 volts into those pins and we are going to see what's going to happen. Here we've got my beautiful power supply. We are going to turn it on and I will reuse those probes. So we are going to go the black and the red. We set ourselves to 4.2 volts. Let me nicely crank it down. And we are going to set a very small current, like 0.5 amp. Half amp. We are going to try to touch our pins and we are going to see will the battery take up any current. And as you can see, it's taking it really quickly. We've got 2.3 volts. So most likely there was some sort of BMS that just cut it when it go like below 2 volts. And it's going to be operational. This is my prediction. I think we are going to get success because most likely that battery is not being damaged. It's just go into like a protection safety mode. We can observe on the power supply that the voltage is rising. Let's try to see if the battery unlocks itself. So we go back into our multimeter and we are measuring our output. Let's see. And we are reading 2.9 volt. That should be more than enough to trigger our circuitry. I will not put it back proper way. I will just insert it. So here we've got our key. So we go with that direction. We go like this. And we are going to grab our goal 0. We are going to start the inverter. And I will try to put it like this. And as you can see, we've got a charge indicator. I remove it. We are recharging. So we've got a good fix. We've got a success. So now we have to put it back. nicely recharge, and most likely everything is going to be great. And as you can see, replacement of that battery is absolutely 100% doable. But since it is a brand new unit with like a 0 cycles, I'm pretty sure it's going to be totally fine. And because that voltage dropped very quickly, maybe it go into some sort of protective mode and it's not being damaged. So let me put it back. So we go like this, and now we just have to screw it back. This is what I really love. Let's check if it's still working. And yes, it is. I think we had to slide it back. And looks like it's nicely going to be set. Let's see. It turned itself on. So yeah, I think we are going to get absolutely beautiful fix. On that screw there was a tiny seal, so that was the correct one with that rubber piece. You know what? Before we are going to put it back, let's see, and I can see the red charge indicator, so we are going to be good to go. So that screw need to go all the way. That part go like this. And it need to click in place. Our bottom part go like that. And there were 2 screws for that. And here they are. To validate that everything is working fine, we are going to start our inverter, and I will leave it charging like this for like 5 or 10 minutes. I will fill it with water, and we are going to see will the motor start and start spitting out. So let's give it a moment. We've got next day. I briefly tried to press the on-off button after 15 minutes, but it turned itself off after like 1 second, so I leave it until the goal 0 die, and we can give it a try. Over here I've got some water, and we are going to be connecting those 2 parts together. So we go like this. I've got my vintage beautiful glass that we are going to be using for our testing, and we need the tip that we are going to be attaching. Here is our beautiful tip, and it will go like this. And now the question is, will it work? Here we've got our on-off switch, we've got a mode, and looks like we can choose a different one. So let's see, because I don't want to squirt on my light. So maybe I will do it like this. And as you can see, it's working perfect. Let's try to change. Yeah, this is more powerful. Just take a look. It's working great. It's working absolutely beautiful. So by following those simple steps, we not only save money, but we actually save our planet and save it from going into landfill. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you find it interesting. See you next time, and bye bye.